All right, we're going to take a look at basically the workings of Apple Classroom here. On the left side, you'll see a device that's going to be set up as my teacher, and on the right side will be one that's set up as a student. So for Apple Classroom, you're going to click on the classroom icon as the teacher, and the only one that has to have the Classroom app is the teacher. At this point then, you can follow the screen prompts, and you'll enter in your information, and then you're given the option to go ahead and start creating your first class. Just click on Create Class. Go ahead and give it your name, say Done, and now you're ready to go ahead and into that class and start adding students. So as I click on this Test Class 1, I can select to go ahead and get notifications. And in the upper left-hand corner there, you'll see the option to add students, or right dead set in the center, the word Add Students. If I click on that, and on that, you're going to want to make sure Bluetooth is on for both of these devices. So I actually need to go back into my settings here and turn on Bluetooth on my teacher device. Then I'll go back to Classroom. And on the right side, as I was going back to Classroom, you notice that this comes up. So this is a student device. After you've got Bluetooth enabled on all devices, and after you've popped up this Add Students to this class, you'll see this Classroom option here. Now, this iPad happens to have the Classroom app installed on it. That shows up down here. If you see that because somebody installed it there, that's not what you're looking for. What you're looking for instead is up here at the top, right underneath Bluetooth, where it says Classroom, just like this. Now, that only shows up once you've clicked on this Add Students to this class, and you see the box on the left side that says a code with it. So your student is then going to click on Classroom. They can see the class that they have an invitation for, which in this case is the Test Class 1 that I just created. They can click on that, and here's where they can put in their name. And they can put in the code for the class. And all they have to do then is click the Add word up in the upper right-hand corner of that little box. And they are now added as a student. Okay, so anytime I need to add a student to my class, if I get a new one or my kid gets a different device, I go back through this process and I'll see them listed there. So I'm done with this one now. I'm going to go ahead and say on the teacher side, Add, because I want to add Hank Aaron to my class. And now I'm all set. I've got my student or students in there. In my case, I'm only going to have the one. So at this point now, if I want to view the screens, I can click on Screens, and then I can see Hank's screen over here. I can pop that up. I can say View Screen. Now anything that I do on this screen on the right side will show up there on the left. So I have full access to seeing whatever it is on Hank's screen, whatever they're doing. That's one handy feature of it, but just one of many. I also have the option here if I wanted to, and I can do this from a class level or an individual level. But from a class level, I can say I want to go ahead and open up something. And any apps that both of these devices have, I can come down here and say I want to open up Doodle Buddy on Hank's device. And voila, you'll see that Hank has Doodle Buddy loaded and ready to go. Now, when I'm done with that, I can say Done. Hank can then do whatever he wants to. If I wanted to, I could have said Lock into the app after opening. So if I went ahead and did that and then said Doodle Buddy there, now that's going to open up Doodle Buddy and it's going to lock Hank into that. So if Hank is trying to click off of it, which I'm doing right now by pressing my home screen, I cannot do anything. I am locked into this app. Now the next feature within Classroom there that I can look at is Navigate. That's how I can navigate to a specific website. So if I wanted all my kids to go to discover.com, I have the option there. I can go into Safari, since that's the browser we know they're using. If I had favorites, which in my case I don't have many listed here, my son looks like has put one in there for me, but I'm just going to send them to Apple. Then you notice apple.com is going to open up there on the right side on the student device. You can save those favorites, so if it's sites that you know you're going to be using throughout the day, just save them in your favorites list and you'll be ready to shoot those out to your students quickly. I also then have the option to lock Hank's screen. I can lock this entire class or I could lock one at a time. Now, I can turn off the device and get out of that, but that's about the only way that I'm going to be able to lock that or to unlock that. To unlock it as a teacher, all I have to do is go back up there and click unlock, and now you can see the kids are able to get back into it. So if I want them to be able to, if I want to be able to keep them, get their attention or their eyes focused up on me, that's all I have to do is lock it. Now I also have the option then to mute their devices. So if they were playing lots of sounds and they were being distracting, I can just mute it. And that's really the main features. And hopefully you will actually be able to demonstrate this, but just as a safe measure, we went ahead and recorded what it looks like with the features that are available to you. And I hope that you look at this as something that can be beneficial. We know that managing the iPads in your classroom is always a challenge as students get distracted. So this gives you some measures to do things that will save you that hassle. Hopefully you like what's available through Apple Classroom, and thanks for watching.